and novelty songs. Spoofs, goofs, and novelty songs. Spoofs, goofs, and novelty songs. Spoofs, goofs, and novelty songs.
I just spent the time that I would have been researching the song, wiping down every single one of my groceries I brought into my house with a little disinfectant wipe, because that's the world we live in now, baby.
Scott, why are you doing that? It's the middle of April. Coronavirus is over.
We did it. Easter just passed, and everything is great.
Everything reset. We're good.
That old Easter reset.
Good Lord. Can we I do want to say one thing. Can we not talk about coronavirus the entire episode? I would prefer it.
That's very ignorant of you, Marty.
Well, oh, good Lord. Like, I just don't need everything I listen to be about what's
Scott,
going on right
but
now.
that's
Scott, have you seen Brink?
When I was like 11 years old, yeah.
Oh, fuck yeah, that's what I wanted to hear, baby.
Kelly has a dissertation to present you.
Scott,
Yeah, wait. In place of my novelty song, can
we want to talk about
we have
Brink instead?
Yeah, it's just for this one time as a special thing. I don't want to say why to piss off Marty, but we're gonna do a little treat instead.
Dude, hold on. I'm not pissed off, but not having a song for this episode is hilarious compared to that. We've all been way busier and have had everything prepped. So that's all I want to say.
You know what I think is that what's crazy is that when all this is done, people are going to be like, "You haven't seen The Irishman?" And I can't say, "Hey, I just don't have time."
Kelly, have you considered stand-up?
Someone made that joke about The Wire. Like, you can't say, "I don't have time to watch The Wire" anymore.
Yeah. Hey,
I mean, yep,
you
I'm in
can't
that
say you haven't had time to watch Game of Thrones anymore, right, guys?
Right.
That's true.
Too true.
It's true.
Hey, Marty, have
I watched
you
the
had
first
time
season.
to catch up with Breaking Bad?
Yeah, I have. I've seen it. Yeah.
Well,
Good show.
Well, good.
Do you think, Walt, what's your opinion on him?
Walt?
Yeah.
Walt White?
Yeah, Walter White. He's the
What if
leader.
his name was Whiter Walt?
Ooh, risque.
Welcome to Spoof, Scoops, and Novelty Songs?
That was a podcast where we spoof titles of AMC shows.
Well, characters.
The Walking
in
Poop.
AMC shows. Oh, good Lord.
Hey.
That's a low bar you just
That's
said.
what you know what I think the bar is. We all got to be forgiving at this time.
So
Yeah.
you say. Hey, by the way, is the Craigbot thing recording right now even?
Oh no. I got so caught up in the well, fuck it, we'll just do it next time. You're so horny to fucking sync our individual tracks together that I'll just let you do it.
I think I just got gaslit over this.
And this is a lesson.
This month, we are celebrating April Fool's Month. And by celebrating, I mean we are going to review 4 films featuring one actor. One of the Mount Rushmore of spoof movie actors.
I feel like
You've got-
Who are the other 3?
Who are your guys' other 3? Let's go with your other 3 first.
Oh shit! I didn't prep for this one.
Yeah.
I know, I'm putting you on the spot.
Leslie Nielsen, number 1.
That is who
Probably
we're
Mel
reviewing
Brooks.
this month.
Good.
Mel Brooks for sure.
Mel Brooks, number 2.
Yeah, Mel Brooks. I would say Madeline Kahn.
All right.
Diversity.
They kind of
Also, she's the only one who's been nominated for an Oscar for her performance, so I think she counts.
Oh, I would say Martin Scorsese.
Yeah. You just.
So I
He's
have
like-
an Oscar one too.
Well, what would Spoof Rushmore be without a spoof of its own? You know what I'm saying?
Good God. Yes, we are reviewing 4 Leslie Nielsen films this week, all from pretty much the same time period, from about the late 80s to the mid-90s. And this week's film is, of course, The Naked Gun, from the Files of Police Squad.
Is that the subtitle for the movie?
Yes, it is.
Oh,
Because
wow.
there was a show called Police Squad. That's what the character is based on. Most of the cast was in that show, I believe, also. Well, not O.J. Simpson, but the other, principal main characters were. There's a 1988 American comedy film directed by David Zucker, one of the Zucker, Abraham, and Zucker comedy films. Though this one, notably, was only directed by David Zucker. This film was based on the television show Police Squad. I have already said this.
Mm-hmm.
This movie was
Hey,
a
who was in
box
it?
office
Who's
hit.
in the show? From the movie.
Leslie Nielsen.
Okay.
Film was a box office hit and a critical success, leading to multiple sequels, and is one of the most beloved spoof films of all time. The character Frank Drebin would come to define Leslie Nielsen, who would portray versions of this character in pretty much every movie he's ever been in.
And what a rich character it is. What a
describe. Let's go around the
three-dimensional
room.
character.
Let's describe one of his personality traits right off the bat.
Okay, mine is two words that I've sort of combined into one, and neither of the words like really have individually have anything to do with what this concept I've come up with is, but the two words I use are dead and pan.
Ah.
Ooh, wow.
I would go with bad cop
That's good.
for my one word.
Bad cup.
Bad cop.
Dumb man. I also
None of us-
combined two words.
Deadpan.
None of us picked one word.
Deadpan, bad cop, dumb man.
Yeah.
I said all
That's-
three in a row.
That was good job. First of all, here's your gold star, Scott.
Thank you.
And then second of all, that's what they used in the trailers for these movies. All of his movies was just
what?
they would show a clip of the film and then they would put on the screen deadpan and then another clip and then dumb cop and then another clip and then
Slapstick.
No, they used my words. They said
Oh, yeah, that's right.
dumb man.
Dumb man.
Dumb man.
Yeah.
This is, of course, a famous parody of cop movies, cop procedural shows, kind of before, I would say, like the peak of cop procedural shows in the 90s, but very richly
Hey, Marty.
riffs on the topic. Go ahead, Scott.
Dragnet.
Yeah, I know. I just mean like Law and Order, though. Oh, why do I keep peeking so quickly? Oh my God, this is why you gotta have Scott
Put a
in the
compressor
room
on,
with you.
baby. I gotta say, I don't mean to throw a wrench in your little protocol there, Marty. But
Are you hearing me click
no,
around and
no.
stuff?
It's just like, holy fuck, this is so weird. I can't see you guys.
Yeah.
It's so like boring. Like
It's really hard to do like comedy when you can't see.
I
the
know.
social
That's what I'm
cues of-
saying. Like, yeah.
I've got
Oh, I can't.
I've got my
can't put a
smile
compressor
on.
on.
You know, that my signature smile.
I mean, we could
I'm
try
trying to
to
imagine
video
it.
chat while we're doing this.
I'm doing my best not to play Animal Crossing. You know how it is.
Oh my God. See, that's what I'm saying. This is gonna devolve
Oh my
so
God,
quickly.
Kelly.
What do you mean?
What if we?
Huh?
Well, you just said you're playing Animal Crossing.
I said
while
I'm
we're
doing my
recording.
best not to
Oh,
play
okay,
it.
okay.
Wow, guys.
That means like his
We can open-
his finger is on the power button to the Switch.
What if we open the D&D thing and use that to?
That's what I'm saying.
Be on
How do we
screen at
have
the same
more?
time. Let's do
How do
that
we
at
have
least.
like infinitely more chemistry playing D&D than we do doing this
Because we
podcast?
see each other.
That's what it is.
This brings me back, fellas. It brings me back to when we watched Johnny Dangerously.
And
And it took up 1/8 of my screen.
Yeah.
There are infinite better options than this. Why did we choose this one?
This is the funniest one. That's
This
why we
is
picked
definitely
this.
the funniest
All right.
one. Okay.
It's the only one I could think of that streams really easily for all three
Or
of us.
just
So I was
it's,
like,
it's right
let's just
there.
do
It's
it.
the last thing we were on.
Yeah.
Well,
yeah.
Yeah, it's right in our history.
now that I can see you, I'm ready to talk.
Now we can talk about the movie.
And-
Are we talking about
Jeez.
the movie? Which one? Which Leslie Nielsen movie was this? Was this a dumb cop?
I forgot we were doing this, by the way.
Detective
So I was
movie,
like, why the
or
hell did
was
we watch
it-
2 Leslie Nielsen movies?
Oh, God.
It's like these are the
We
same
should've done
movies right
Shrek.
in a row. What is he thinking? I forgot that we did plan this. I'll give you that. You did.
Yeah.
We did
Climb
plan it,
into this.
and I regret not pushing harder for Shrek.
I thought it'd be nice to have, because 3 of these are really similar. So the last one we're doing this month, Spy Hard, is like the exact same movie also. It's like the same thing. The Dracula one should be pretty different, but the other one is like identical
Dude,
to
Dracula,
It's the same
Dead and
thing.
Loving It is hands down the funniest subtitle in the whole world.
It's pretty
Dead
good.
and Loving It.
That also like ended Mel Brooks' career basically, so
Oh,
I'm sure it's
how
good.
could this be? We'll
Yeah.
have to find out.
Yeah. We will. So this week we're talking Naked Gun, of course, and The opening scene of this movie is a meeting of every country that isn't American, and the subtext being every other country in the world are terrorists. And Leslie Nielsen infiltrates them, not to arrest them, just to beat them all up.
In a funny way, though.
That's the entirety of that scene.
The opening scene has big American Carol energy.
I said from the director of An American Carol comes this scene. Thankfully, there's nothing like that. There's not as much bad stuff like that the rest of the movie, but that opening scene.
The Zuckers just need to stay away from foreign policy.
Yeah.
Otherwise, it's funny. On getting hit in the nuts, I consider these men experts.
Savants, you might say. What, you guys? You have both seen this movie before. I had not seen it before, actually. What are your initial thoughts on the Naked Gun from the files of the Police Squad?
Kelly?
It was fine. I don't know. This is one of those movies where it's hard for me to talk about for a half an hour because, okay, it was good. It has moments slapsticky, lots of slapstick going on. You know, a lot of prop comedy, but also I watched these back to back. Essentially, the two Leslie Nielsen movies back to back, and they are so similar that I'm trying not to think of gags from one movie while talking about this one.
Hold up. Except for big difference in quality, which I want to save for next week, but the other movie was so much worse.
It was way worse.
Here's what I'll say.
The gags I remember better for some reason.
Naked Gun could at points sink to what was the other wrongfully accused levels of shittiness, but its good moments were much better.
I would agree with that. I think there are some jokes in this that really do fall flat, but I think there are just more. There's just more clever jokes the entire time. There's one I think of immediately because I saw Edgar Wright tweet this recently, that he thought it was the best visual gag ever. But there's a moment where they're meeting with their quartermaster character, and they walk through a doorway. Leslie Nielsen character walks not through the door. He walks around the wall, and you can see the end of the wall. It's just there's jokes like that the whole time where it's just very odd. They're not super laugh out loud funny, but they're just slightly clever on filmmaking process, I guess. I don't know. That stuff I really liked in this movie, but
Naked Gun.
Yep.
Naked Fun, I say. Leslie Nielsen, you make me real, son, with laughter. It's so...
Leslie Nielsen, you make my heart beat.
Yeah. That didn't rhyme or just really mean anything besides face value, I think.
Yeah, that's all I wanted to say. I do like the opening of this movie, the camera on the cop car driving through various things. Eventually it lands on a roller coaster, and we go on a roller coaster with this car for a bit. That part I think is very funny. The credits are really great in this movie.
Goes through a locker room of ladies. Yeah. Classic.
Yeah. Oh, that's so funny.
Oh my god, so
how's that car opening
creepy.
a door?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's great. It's so simple.
And this is just the credits. The movie has barely even started. We have a cold open and the credits. Already nuts.
Yeah.
Him doing
off the rails.
The
on the rails
back and
for the
forth
roller coaster part.
Yes, of course.
Yeah. We have to stay on the rails for that. And keep our hands and feet inside the moving vehicle at all times.
Indeed.
Them doing the back and forth squeeze act on each other. Nielsen's hey, maybe this will refresh your memory. And then the crime guy being I don't know. And then they just keep going back and forth, keep giving each other money, and it's very
They keep
stupid.
bribing each other.
Yeah.
That whole thing, there's the thing. I would say the difference between this and the other Leslie Nielsen movies we're gonna watch. This movie has iconic bits that everyone else has ripped off since then. That bribing bit is so fucking good.
There's other ones where I'm we've seen this literally in one of the movies we've already watched. I'm trying to think.
Yeah. There was a bunch of the him peeing for a long time was a big one that they do in Austin Powers. Austin Powers specifically, there's a couple of the jokes in this movie are in the Austin Powers, the first one. And I was I see.
It's not even there's hardly 10 years between these movies.
Right.
Yeah.
I think we shit on Mike Myers last time we talked about him. Fuck this Canadian man.
He's a nice man. Leave him alone. I really like the guy who played Nordberg. Whatever happened to him?
You have been waiting. You've been sitting on that for 3 weeks. You've just been. You fall asleep at night, like rubbing your little palms together, thinking about saying this bit.
I can't wait for a lull in the podcast to bring this up.
Scott and Kelly will scream with uproarious laughter.
No, I didn't expect that. I do think it's weird that he's not in the movie very much. Like, I had never seen this before. I thought O.J. Simpson was a much bigger part of this movie.
I think he is in Naked Gun 2.5.
In a hospital bed the whole time. Is he?
I don't know. He's in. Pretty sure he's in the second one.
He might have been evading arrest at the time, allegedly.
What do you? Like he was like the trial was happening, or like how could this be?
I think
like he pulled off the highway to shoot some scenes for.
I'm glad they made the difficult decision to move forward in creating more Naked Guns.
They made 3
despite the drama.
Yeah, they made 3.
Yeah, 33 and a third.
Yeah, O.J. Simpson is in the second one.
This is my music segment for today. 33 and a third. That's the speed records play at.
Wow, that's a deep cut.
Yeah, I've just become the lunkhead of the podcast.
No.
Yeah.
In this remote setting, I just don't have my fucking mojo.
Yeah, it's hard for us. It's weird because you're the one who's still in the studio.
I know.
Yeah, that's true. You have all the equipment.
I need you guys. Yeah, equipment is nothing without the talent you fellows bring.
Aww. You can. Hey, Kermit's in there with you. I think actually.
Don't bring Kermit out, please.
He just appears over your shoulder,
slits me throat.
Kermit, what a
and he talks. You're at your house, and he talks like you, like he'd like the, like your voice is actually perfect. Like he's
Sky, it's me.
I hear that from my basement at night.
Oh no.
Yeah, his little hand like reaches out from under the door. His flat little hand.
I hope one of the cats that it gets in the bag at one point and pulls the Kermit toy out, and you see them playing with it. That would make my day if that happened. But
it did last night.
I have a low bar, by the way, for what makes my day.
Well, lately, don't we all? You know,
so true.
In these trying times.
Yeah, that's okay. Here's another like hack Corona piece of material, but I've been saying it too. Everybody's calling it trying times. If I hear it one more fucking time, I'll lose it.
Is there a joke?
No,
there?
just
I thought he was gonna go. It sounded like a setup for a joke.
Yeah,
I got really excited.
Oh, okay.
Oh well, no. I'm just saying.
I'm making the observation.
I'm making the observation.
Kelly's
okay,
got it.
yeah.
Kelly.
Go, Kelly.
Everybody's saying trying times. If I hear it one more time, I'll tell you what I'm gonna try, and then you do like a gun or
Kelly,
something. You know, make fun of.
That's very
make fun
good.
of. Yeah.
That was we alley-ooped it. I tossed it up. I come up with the observations that are ripe for the picking,
and I come up with the humor.
Yeah.
You come up with the drama, and I come up with the joke of the drama.
I set the table.
And I clear it.
And that's it.
I serve dinner. What's the analogy?
Weird
Marty, read me more off this Naked Gun
read
Wikipedia,
the Wikipedia, won't you?
Weird Al is also in this movie.
Yeah.
He's flaunted by fans. He's also in like a couple of these movies. He's in one of the ones we're doing later on. He's got a very famous cameo. Famous in my life is what I mean when I say famous.
Famous to one person.
Yeah, famous to me. But yeah, a little Weird Al. You know, you got to bring the spoof.
It's
the
like a spoof Oreo.
collide.
Him being in this movie.
Yeah.
It's like spoofception.
So I don't really have many more thoughts. I mean, we really all kind of covered
Let's
it, but
talk,
there's just so many good bits. I have so many bits that I wrote down that I liked.
Well, list them, and then me and Kelly, you can fire up Animal Crossing.
Oh, baby.
Let me see. Exchanging cash bit. We talked about that already. Austin Powers.
Marty's notes are just a list of the bits that they did.
This is like a town hall meeting.
I do like So, like, a big thing in this movie, in my opinion, was the idea that his character, A, just wants to be loved, and B, is a really bad cop, and everyone hates him for it. These two things worked really well as a good dramatic tension. And that's the thing, is, like, I don't need
He's
a
like,
ton of character and plot in these movies.
Michael Scott, kind of.
Yes.
Where, like,
yes.
bad at his
That's a great
job,
comparison.
wants to be loved for it.
Yes.
Yeah.
And it makes him kind of endeared because he just wants to be liked. So, like, you kind of are endeared to him as, like, even though he's a terrible
Like when he
person.
thinks everybody's there to see him at the airport.
Yeah.
It's very Michael Scott.
That was the Weird Al cameo.
Yeah. Wow.
I really liked him
managed to
driving
say
his
something
car.
like somewhat scholarly during this.
Yes.
Wow, good.
Him driving into things every single time he parks a car is, like, such a great recurring bit. There's so many good, like, making fun of cops bits in this movie. And I was just in for them the whole time. Driving his car into things, causing explosions, and then saying, like, there's no need to panic anyone or all that stuff. Like, I loved all of that stuff. It's all so funny to me.
Let's talk low points.
There's a character named Mr. Papschmear. That was a low point, I thought.
The body condoms, what did we think?
I was worried for their safety.
Yeah, it seems like you could suffocate in there.
Yeah, you could suffocate in those. I wonder if they use stunt doubles for that bit.
Yeah, probably.
Stunt condoms, too. I liked the visual gag of the large condoms, but everything leading up to that...
Come on. When he took off the suit and, like, it was like a tearaway suit and he was, like, naked in 2 seconds.
Yeah. He did. He also said, do you mind if I slip... Wait, no, this is wrongfully accused. God damn it.
Again,
They have a similar plot.
And they're
Both movies have...
Oh my god. Wait,
Go
no,
ahead,
this
Kelly.
was Naked Gun. He said, do you mind if I slip into something more comfortable? And he changes into a different suit. Isn't that Naked Gun?
Yeah.
Because there's no
Oh,
apartment
yeah,
in
it is. It
wrongfully
is.
accused.
She's
Yeah.
making, like, the dinner or whatever, and then, he comes in,
Yeah,
like,
you're
an
right.
even more uncomfortable suit.
Yeah.
That's, like, the weakest part of this movie, though, is the romantic angle. Like, they don't really think through those jokes very much, it seems like. They just kind of come up with... Wouldn't it be funny if Leslie Nielsen was sexy to this woman? That's the main
yes,
joke
and I've
going
said
on.
this before. This is a common theme in spoof movies.
Classic.
She has no reason to be attracted to. But I guess this they're actually like making like more of a joke out of it because he's like a goofy looking old man and she's like like horny for him. That's
it's
funnier
like,
than the German woman just like being into fucking Eugene Merman. What's his name?
Eugene Merman. Gene Wilder?
You got Gene right.
You got genes on the head.
But
I would agree.
Yeah.
I agree with you, yeah.
All right, thank you.
You're welcome. I do think that this movie plays it up in such a silly way that it's like more palatable, but I don't think it makes it good.
But
it's
it is a
just
theme. Like
fine
every
that
spoof
way.
movie, it's because like spoof movie leads like. It's like even like when fucking like Zac Efron or like Channing Tatum try to be in funny shit, like they can only go so far with it. You have to be kind of a schmuck to pull off like a
Make that
comedic
work.
lead. Yeah.
Yeah. What do you guys think overall of Leslie Nielsen, I guess? Since we're doing a whole month on him.
I mean,
like,
it's
think he's
really
really
tough
sexy.
for me to form an opinion on him.
And
Yeah,
I
he's
want
very
to make
sexy.
out with him while I'm wearing a body condom.
Kelly, what were you saying?
I was gonna say it's hard for me to form an opinion on like anyone involved in this stuff with Zucker after watching American Carol so early in this podcast history.
Yeah.
It's hard to identify with the Zuck after that.
They also made Top Secret, though. You guys both like that one.
Not anymore.
We've watched way too many Zuck movies. Yeah, not anymore. They're
Yeah.
canceled. They're all canceled.
Yeah.
I'm done.
I mean, after this month, we do have to just like not touch
I
a
can't
Zucker
separate
movie
the
for,
art
like,
from
a
the
year.
artist.
It's too hard.
Their politics, they just come across
Yeah,
too
it's
much.
like-
They're anti-cop.
Yes,
and
it's funny
they're
that he got
anti-cop
hit in the
this
balls
movie.
and crossed his eyes, but I can't laugh at that.
Because he was also saluting the flag.
My face is red and my veins are bulging. I'm trying to suppress this laugh so hard, but I refuse. Well,
Dirtbag left.
Yeah.
What do you like? What do you think of Leslie Nielsen?
Me?
Yeah. Yeah.
Oh,
you.
I think so. I think I've said this before on the podcast. I think potential spam is calling me. I think he was such a good he was a dramatic actor for a long time, right? On Airplane he plays real deadpan, like straight up just mega deadpan. And that was where he was best. This movie I think rides the line of like he's a little bit deadpan and a little bit of silly grandpa. But every spoof movie that he got cast in, like after this movie in particular, like Wrongfully Accused, he's just silly grandpa, and I think he's just miscast in a lot of stuff. Like I think he's really funny as the deadpan guy, but as just like wacky comedy, like he played like Mr. Magoo in a movie, you know, like and I just miscast.
Yeah,
but I think he's good. I don't think he's a leading man though. Is my thing. Like I think a different leading person. He's a better supporting character, I think.
Okay.
But I still love his work. I mean, I think he's great in this movie,
work.
for example. But his work, I know, I knew it when I said it. I knew it was bad.
Mr. Nielsen, I'm such a big fan of your work.
I've said it to his praise many times. So.
Oh my god, when you get hit in the nuts and your eyes go cross.
The Nielsen anthology. I'm a collector of every piece.
Nielsen, please, I must have your autograph.
I gotta see where he's buried. I want to see if I can actually go visit his grave sometime.
Our
Fort
live
Lauderdale's Evergreen Cemetery.
Hey,
We gotta go there and drop off a whoopee cushion or two, you know?
Yeah.
A rubber chicken.
No, I'm not even kidding. I would legit do that.
that's
dozen roses, but each of them spray water at your face.
You're so lucky we're not in the same room, Marty.
Why would you beat
Yeah,
me
I'd pound ya.
Oh, good
Hey,
Lord.
nerd.
Why do I keep saying good Lord?
I don't know.
Where's this coming
You're-
from?
We're in a different
fancy
room.
British man.
We can't pound you for saying good lord.
I don't know if you guys have more to say. That's about. I'm good.
Oh,
as far as
just one
reviewing
more
the
low
movie.
point. The part where he's crawling on the side of the building and he's going to fall off, and there's all the naked statues. He's hanging off the guy's boner, and I'm starting to like make myself laugh describing it. But he's pulling himself up, and he opens his mouth like he's going to like suck the guy's dick. Why he wouldn't open his mouth like that?
Yeah.
And then he turns around
There's-
and he grabs the lady's honkers. This is most lowbrow. I say,
Yeah.
good lord.
There's a lot of accidental groping and a lot of like presumed accidental sex jokes in this movie and especially in the next one. Yeah, thumbs down. Don't do that stuff. It's just not funny. I don't know why that was ever thought to be a funny
Because
joke.
people
I think
are
it's so-
animals, Marty.
It's like so clear it's written it's written by old white men or middle-aged
Yeah.
white men.
who never got out of high
Yeah,
school.
Nielsen
maybe.
probably
Yeah.
wrote that scene
Mentally.
himself.
Oh, I think I should talk. I should. Oh, I think,
You know what would be funny
what
is if
the
I was
hell?
extremely attractive.
Why would you? Why would?
I couldn't figure out his
Yeah,
voice. I
his
just started doing
famous
Kermit.
voice. It's just like a man voice. There's nothing.
Yeah, it's literally just.
Oh,
deeper.
that perfect. Yeah, Leslie Nielsen.
Nielsen.
Yeah. Okay. My final thought. I liked the driving school bit
Yeah, that was good.
Yeah.
where he's like, apply the brakes. Like she's like doing this like action racing driving, and then this stuffy British man is like, turn the wheel counterclockwise. Like
Turn your finger out,
Oh.
and then your middle finger.
that was
up.
the part. That's when it fell off for me. I more liked it
Yeah.
like being like high intensity driving, and he's being really calm. That was good.
Yeah. I also wanted to say the baseball scene is like so hit or miss. Like half of the jokes in the whole like isn't baseball funny. There's a lot of spitting jokes and stuff. Like that stuff is bad, but some of the baseball jokes are funny. There's like
when everybody he thinks everybody's cheering because of the enthusiasm he's calling the strikes with.
yes, that's where I was like really in on the he just wants to be loved thing.
Yeah,
And-
well, again, that's like very
'cause he's just-
Michael Scott
yeah.
Yeah.
ethos.
I liked this setup that first he infiltrates the game as the opera singer,
Yes.
and then he infiltrates the game as the umpire, and I was kind of just like, I didn't need the opera singer bit, but I get it. And then they came back to it by when he saves the day, everyone's like, "Oh, it's the opera singer," and
They're saying his name.
Yeah,
They're cheering for him.
and that I got a kick out of that. That was good stuff.
Yeah. Yeah. I dug all that stuff. Weirdly, a lot of endings to this movie, it was just like, it just kind of didn't end. Like, it kept just, okay, let's move on to and it's not ending yet. There's a lot of that at the end of the movie, I thought. But
Mm-hmm.
as a spoof, though, 10 out of 10. It is a truly iconic,
A silver
important,
Yeah, we never
ripped
said.
off spoof.
Should we come up with like a ranking system? Like if you like average like above a certain amount, you it's a silver spoof, or like, you know what I'm saying?
Oh, making me think of another podcast there.
I would
Scott.
never say platinum spoof, Marty, because that's intellectual property.
I think it's got to be, you get the gold whoopee cushion. If you get, let's still say this, gold whoopee cushion is average above an 8.
Okay, go on.
Diamond whoopee cushion is if you get 3 10 out of 10s.
We're never gonna remember this. We're not remembering this.
We're remembering this. I'm gonna mark this down when I'm listening back to this tomorrow.
Can we
probably.
shorten it to just a golden whoopee? It has more of a...
Ooh,
Yes.
I like that. The golden whoopee.
Yeah,
Golden whoopee for 8 out of 10 or above average.
yeah.
On which one though? On the spoof rating or on the
Spoof
movie
rating. Movie rating doesn't apply.
Okay.
This isn't called
I
good
agree.
movies.
Yeah, movie ratings.
Yeah.
Obviously subjective.
The
Spoof rating
movie
is
rating is
objective.
anecdotal at best.
Yes.
Yes, you're right.
The spoof rating. We are
Uh,
spoof experts, so
Precisely.
that should be taken with
So
utmost
with
seriously.
this
agree.
new what's the word, pantheon in mind.
Yes.
What do you, a 10 out of 10 you say?
I'm still a 10 out of 10 as a spoof. I think this is one of the better spoofs we've watched. I think it's a iconic, the dumb cop parody of dumb cops. This nails it as best as anything we've ever seen or we're gonna see. And yeah, I think it's such a classic. As a movie, 8 out of 10, still enjoyable. Some stuff doesn't work, but like any good spoof, it's just a fun, enjoyable romp, an excellent kickoff to April Fool's Month.
Nielsen
Gentlemen.
month.
Nielsen month, as they say.
Yeah, of course.
I will give this film as a spoof I don't know. It's like you know what? I'm going back as a movie. As a movie, I give it a 4 out of 10. This is like a.
What?
This is like a. Being mad about this is crazy, by the way.
But you liked it. Like, I'm so confused.
This is like a sponge that you just wring dry in one squeeze, and then it's useless.
Okay.
That's a
fair.
flimsy metaphor, but you get what I'm saying. That it's. I would know. There's no reason to rewatch it. That said, I like watched it like a bunch of times in high school because it was a DVD that I owned.
Right.
But I feel
Yeah,
like I was
that
like
you
showing
had,
it to people. Like I was like, "Hey, look at this! Isn't this
Gotta
funny?"
see this.
Yeah, you this.
They wear full-size condom suits.
Yeah,
It's so funny.
That's great.
You had that free porn collection DVD.
Yeah.
You had Fight Club, Boondock Saints,
Citizen Kane.
all the
yeah.
classics.
Uh,
Citizen Kane.
And then as a spoof, I'll give it a 10 out of 10. And here's why. I don't think it's that funny. But it's like so spoofy. It's like, it's just, when you think of
Yes.
spoof movies, and if you think spoof movies and this is the first one that comes to your mind, I don't think that's unusual at all. Like, it's a very spoofy
I do think
movie.
it's like these guys, Mel Brooks, and maybe Christopher Guest. That's like who you think of, I think, when you think like parody film in general.
Yeah.
It's hard not
and
to
those
think it's
scary
10 out of
movie
10.
guys, my boys.
Yeah, the Wayans brothers, yeah.
Yep, well, there you
I
go.
would say the movie itself is like a 5 out of 10, pretty middle of the line. I'm an adult now. If I was a teenager, boy, I'd be rolling on the floor over this movie. But as a full-grown man, not for me.
I feel like this is a dig at me.
As someone with fully developed adult emotions and tastes.
Yeah. Like, I no longer enjoy simple cartoons.
Yeah.
Or cool skate
You're playing
movies.
Animal Crossing right now, dude.
Or I just don't dilly-dally with those types of things. I watch big boy movies now,
Kelly,
Scarface.
you gotta get that spoof. That spoof rating's gotta come out.
Spoof rating, 8 out of 10.
Whoa.
It was good.
He denies. Marty looks visibly shocked and hurt. You're denying this Nielsen
denying it.
film, this quintessential Nielsen film from the Diamond Whoopee collection we just fucking made up, Kelly?
I thought it averaged over 9. Isn't that still
No,
part of the platinum whoopee?
Average of 8, gold whoopee. 10 out of 10s across the board, diamond whoopee.
I mean, okay, here's the problem.
It's fine. It's fine. That's your rating. I can't tell you not to do your rating.
We watched Naked Gun and then Wrongfully Accused back to back, and it all just blended together, and boy,
this is
really
your
took
fault,
away
Marty.
from the experience.
You did this.
So it's on
my
us.
fault. It's my fault.
No, it's on us. It's on all of us equally.
Good. I agree. It's on all of us equally.
Okay. Me not having a song prepared sort of tarnished the energy coming in. And
Scott, do you have a song for us?
I truly don't. I gave myself time to research it, and then I just miscalculated how long it would take me to wipe down every single grocery from my grocery trip. And I ordered them online so I could pick them up, but I realized I forgot a bunch of shit and still had to go in. So it's just the worst of all worlds. Oh god. But and then also part of it too was just playing Tetris. Of my refrigerator is only so big, and you got to get so much frozen shit because you don't know when you'll be able to go back.
So present us, I guess.
Scott,
with this?
let's talk about Brink.
All right, that's what I'm saying. These
talk
my
about Brink
grocery
real quick.
follies are not what we need to be talking about. Brink is what we need to be
take a
talking
nap.
about.
New segment on the podcast: 5-minute Disney original films talk.
Yeah. Wait,
Disney Channel original
let's
films.
watch a Disney
A
Channel
Disney
movie.
Channel movie. Oh god, so good.
We wanna watch. That's it. That's all.
So, I learned today Brink came out in 1998. That's kind of all I really learned about it, other than
so the
it's got
Green
a
album
7
was gonna come out.
yeah.
I don't know what Weezer album to place this with.
I think it was probably Green Album. I think that's a good guess. Maybe not Make Believe. No way. That was 2001 was
Blue
Make
Album
Believe.
was 94, and I think Pinkerton was 96 or 97.
Yeah, Green Album. This was Green Album era.
Or I think Maladroit came out before Green Album.
Okay, because the music in this movie is actually pretty okay. It's a kids movie, but I rewatched it because I just got Disney Plus because I wanted to see The Mandalorian. I binge watched The Mandalorian last night, and then I watched Brink today.
Are we
while I was working.
doing some? Should we talk about The Mandalorian?
No, I want to talk about Brink. Brink is so good.
Is the main character's name Brink?
Brink. The main character's name is Brink. Marty, so let me tell you what Brink is about really quick, Marty. It's a main character. His dad doesn't get him. He's an inline skater. Mm-hmm. He's got a crew of friends. They're called the Soul Skaters. There's 4 of them. They go to high school, I think. Maybe it's middle school. I'm pretty sure it's high school. I could not tell you for sure. I have to read the script.
Either way, the bell's ringing, baby.
The bells are ringing. First day of school, 4.5 hours in, there's 4 other inline skaters at their school, and they're a rival skate, group, dude. It's crazy. They have 8 skaters in one high school, which is just enough for 4 of them to be nah, I like this guy more. And the other 4 to be okay, I guess we'll be the Soul Skaters. So they skate against each other at school, and someone gets hurt. And then they disband, and he gets suspended. And his dad's I just don't get it, son. I don't get your language. I don't get what you do. Why can't you wash and groom dogs like I raised you to?
That's such a movie dad job.
The movie dad is so good in this film. He's like, at one point, so like the whole build up for this dad character is that he cannot, he just doesn't know how to talk to his son. He doesn't like his son. He's not good at like just accepting his son and like loving his son for who he is. He literally said to his daughter at one point, "You're the only hope this family has to like be a normal person." And then his mom at one point is just like, "You have to talk to your son, sweetie. He's going through a rough time." And the way that that scene starts is his dad walks up to his son and he says, "Yo." Anyways, the dad got injured. He had he hurt his back. He worked for a construction company. And the son tries to join the rival gang because they're down one member from the first day of school skate sesh they had because one of them got angry. He joins the X-Blades, right? And he gets paid $200 a week plus any tournament winnings, dude. It's a cream dream, but he's letting down his other buds in the Soul Skaters, dude. So anyway, long story short, he joins back up with the Soul Skaters. And everything's cool at the end. And bad guy get hurt and he win tournament.
Wow.
Kelly, that is the most animated you've ever been on this podcast.
It's because this movie fucking rips, dude. It was so good. The music on it, every time a different character would skate, it was hilarious because they were obviously stunt doubles. They would always cut to big wide shots whenever one person was doing a trick, and then cut into like super close-up shots of the faces of the characters in like midair and stuff. And you kind of just get to see like all of the bad movie tricks that they did. Like one time, one of them was grinding on the coping on a vert ramp, and he just. and like it cuts to like one of the characters just sliding across the frame. And it was just very like, it's all like surreal but like still pretty well put together. I think it was one of the first like Disney Channel original films, and maybe they had like a decent budget or something. It's not a bad movie. It's not great. Obviously nostalgia is fogging up these lenses here, but honestly way better than I expected it to be. On a rewatch.
What about the 13th year? Luck of the Irish.
Oh man,
Halloween Town.
I remember that one.
I haven't seen a single Disney Channel movie, by the way. I've never seen a single
Oh my god.
I don't think I missed out. I think I'm good.
Did you even
No,
have
Halloween
a
Town was
childhood?
iconic.
I didn't.
I think Halloween Town defined Scott's interior designing.
Oh, is this more? I forget. Was it you who were? Was it you two who were shit talking?
Yeah, we were ripping on you.
Oh,
about
okay.
this.
Who else would?
I don't know.
Yeah, it's just us. I think Aiden and Max patiently waited for us to get done making fun
that's
of
right.
you after the music video.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, that's right.
How dare you?
I mean, we got some insight on it. It was nice.
Kelly, I have a question for you.
I have an answer. Yes, I have a novelty product.
Do you have a good novelty product for us this week?
I think this
Hint,
one's
hint?
like the mediocre one. It's kind of the bad one.
Well, okay.
Why? Do you want the good
I was
one?
trying to.
We're
well,
at
no,
45
it's
minutes.
Yeah, pick the bad one. The bad
Wow,
I'm
we
picking
did
the
so
bad
good.
one.
Well, that's a
10
lot
minutes
there's a
of
lot
it is us
cut out.
switching to roll 20 to view each
You
other's
just gotta cut some
faces.
stuff out of this.
I'm also so warm. I don't know what these headphones make me very
Yeah.
hot.
I also showed my ballot during this, so we gotta cut that out too.
So, Marty, this is your Christmas gift that I never gave you. It's a...
Oh no.
What? Oh my god, it comes with fucking magnets?
Oh, I thought it was the Drake's coffee cake. I was really excited.
No, that
He's
was...
gonna eat it in front of you.
I'm like still mad that I never got that.
Yeah, me too.
Because that was such a good, well thought out gift. This
It was.
one, also in the Seinfeld realm, though. For those of you who don't know, Marty and I hosted a Seinfeld podcast for 100 episodes, and it's baffling to me that
available
we
on
lived-
SoundCloud.
Our friendship lived through it over.
Available in many different SoundCloud
Yeah,
accounts.
many different SoundCloud accounts. This is a Serenity Now push button. We've already done like a push button on the podcast. So you press it, and then I think it just says Serenity Now. Let's find
Let's try
This
it.
might be loud. Serenity Now! Yeah. Is that all it says?
it
Is that the only voice? Let's see. Serenity Now! Wow, it's got one clip. That one was loud. So yeah, that's it. It's a iconic Seinfeld episode. It was one of season 9's episodes, which means it's really good because that was the best season of Seinfeld, IMO.
That might not. Was that season 9? That one?
It was season 9. I looked it up before. I went.
All right. I'm not gonna keep clicking then.
This comes with 3 magnets for you too. I'll save those for when I get to see you again in 4 months.
Yeah.
Kelly, don't talk about it.
This is like the foreseeable future for the
Kelly,
podcast,
don't.
by the way.
Marty doesn't want you to talk about that.
Okay, I'll stop.
I just made a soft request. It doesn't mean we can't talk about it. I'm just saying, let's just avoid it if we can.
Okay.
It's fine.
Hey.
Okay.
I say, we're doing this remote podcast. We might as well. Marty is opening up his bosom.
He's stripping on cam.
I just unbuttoned a little bit. It's getting a little toasty.
Wow.
It is very warm.
I'm cold.
In my space also.
In my space.
Well, you're in a basement. Scott.
No, I'm in a studio.
Oh yeah, that's right.
It's not even on.
SGNS Studios,
Inc.
North Studios.
Yeah.
I'm in South Studios. Kelly is in West Studios.
Not really.
East Studios is in Pyongyang.
I'm literally in between you guys. All right, that's going to do it for us this week.
Thanks for listening, everybody.
We really, in these trying times,